Summary of White Fang by Jack London. In the middle of a cold and empty desert, a group of sled dogs work hard on an icy trail, pulling a sled with the body of a wealthy adventurer who died in the wild. As it gets dark, Bill and Henry, the sled's mushers, start to feel worried. They don't have enough weapons, and a pack of hungry dogs is close behind them. Bill thinks that a wolf is also taking food from their camp. Almost every morning, Bill and Henry find that one of their dogs has been eaten by the wolf pack. One night, a strange she-wolf comes out to play in the firelight. Henry and Bill think that she has been hanging out on the edges of the camp and drawing their dogs into the wild. Wolf packs attack the two mushers and their 3 living dogs as they stay on the trail. Bill tries to shoot the wolves to save his dogs, but he misses, and the pack eats him. With only 2 dogs left, Henry has a hard time keeping the wolves away. He builds a fire around himself, but the wolves are getting too close for comfort. His friends almost eat him, but Henry is saved by a bunch of travelers. At the same time, the wild wolf pack, which is hungry from the famine, breaks up into smaller groups to look for food. One Eye, a gray wolf, and the she-wolf make love and become partners. They settle in a cave that is far away from everyone else. This is where the she-wolf has her litter of pups. Except for White Fang, all but one of the pups die. He gets stronger and meaner and learns to hunt and fight on his own and with his mother. They kill a dangerous lynx together. One day, White Fang and the she-wolf go to an Indian camp. Gray Beaver, the she-wolf's old boss, captures them. The she-wolf, whose real name is Kitch, was raised by Gray Beaver before she ran away into the wild. Gray Beaver sells Kitch in the end, but he keeps White Fang. Lip Lip's pups scare White Fang, making him feel like an outsider and making him angry. White Fang gets away from Gray Beaver once and goes back to the wild. He feels so lonely, though, that he goes back to his master and learns how to work the sled. His master also praises his wild behavior. When White Fang is alone in the bush with Lip Lip, he kills her because he has become so mean. Gray Beaver takes White Fang to Fort Yukon, where he drinks and swaps animal skins. He sells White Fang to Beauty Smith one night while he is drunk. Beauty Smith is a horrible person who turns White Fang into a nasty and successful fighting dog. White Fang runs into a bulldog in the ring. The dog bites him hard in the throat and almost kills him. A man named Whedon Scott saves White Fang and takes care of the dog. As Scott gets to know White Fang better, the dog stops being afraid of people and starts loving his new master. For good, Scott is about to leave the Yukon. White Fang gets out of the house where he is being held and runs to the docks to be with Scott. This makes Scott want to take White Fang to the house his family owns in Sierra Vista, California. Scott's family and his sheepdog, Collie, don't trust White Fang's wild ways in the Southland. What White Fang does, though, is learn the rules of society and become a calmer animal. He learns not to hunt chickens and not to get angry when people touch him or laugh. With his bark, White Fang shows that he is a loyal and loving dog by telling the Scott family that Whedon has been in a horse accident. When a prisoner named Jim Hall breaks into Scott's house to get back at Scott's father, Judge Scott, White attacks and kills Hall. This shows how faithful White is once more. Even though White Fang is badly hurt, he amazingly lives and gets strong enough to see the puppies that Collie has given birth to. Being with his puppies and his human family makes White Fang a beloved and blessed wolf.
About the author. Jack London was born in 1876. London grew his love of adventure while traveling with his family around California as a child. Before he graduated from high school at age 19, he worked in a cannery, hunted oysters in San Francisco Bay, made trips across the U.S., and went around the Pacific. After one term at the University of California, Berkeley, London dropped out to try to make money in the Klondike Gold Rush of 1897. London spent a year in the Yukon and came back to California full of ideas for his stories, including his best-known book, The Call of the Wild, and its companion book, White Fang. London also believed in workers' rights, unions, and socialism, and he wrote several books about these topics. London got a lot of diseases on his travels, which hurt him a lot and made him drink more, which made his alcoholism worse. Even so, he kept putting his writing in magazines and kept his readers excited with adventure stories until he died in 1916.
Hope we summarized it fully and you liked it. Please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel so that we are motivated to create more videos.